Show starts in 5 minutes.
No, that's not big enough. No, that's not big enough either. That's more like it. We're delighted to have you with us, and we extend a cordial welcome to you. We've lined up the top stars from Hollywood and from all over the world to entertain you on our giant screen with the new, colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading about. To add to your enjoyment, we're all wound up to bowl you over at intermission time with live wire service at our snack bar, where you'll find a tempting variety of favorite foods and beverages. Your continued patronage is very, very welcome.
Hey, fellas, don't fight over that hot dog. There's plenty for everyone. Big, plump, and juicy, wrapped in an oven-fresh bun. Add mustard, relish, ketchup, and go to work. Yes, the hot dogs at our refreshment center are the best you'll find anywhere. Everybody agrees on that.
It's 4 minutes till showtime.
Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack. We promise to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, your sweet tooth. So visit our refreshment center now. Let's go! Show starts in 3 minutes.
Your attention, please. All new hotshot electric in-car heaters have been installed for your comfort and convenience. Just insert heater through car window and turn on the switch. When leaving, please turn switch off and replace on speaker post. Warning, high voltage. For your own safety, do not attempt to repair or remove wires. Do not attempt to open heater unit. If you need assistance, please notify the theater box office or concession manager.
It's 2 minutes till showtime.
Popcorn, candy, ooh, hot dog, popsicle. Oh boy, banana orange.
Show starts in 1 minute.
There are words men live by, words of strength, of wisdom, and of peace. We urge you to find the spiritual comfort and guidance we all so greatly need by attending your place of worship regularly.
Here's a new taste treat. The corn dog. Plump, juicy wieners are dipped in a thick, golden Southern-style corn batter that seals in all their freshness and flavor. If you like hot dogs, you'll love corn dogs. Everybody does. Try a corn dog with your favorite beverage. At the refreshment corner now. Corn dogs.
Broadcasting live from beautiful Union City, New Jersey. This is your movie quiz for Wednesday, July 7th, 2021. Here we go. Hello, happy Wednesday, and welcome to the Movie Quiz, part of the Trivia List network of games. I am your host, Chris Mann Nelson, and in just a couple minutes, I am going to be walking you through 4 rounds of film trivia and puzzles. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're watching this game for the first time, you're watching us on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, and you want to get involved, this is a completely interactive show. You don't have to just watch. You can participate, and you do so by heading to this website here, tmq.thetrivialist.com. TMQ as in the movie quiz. On that site, you'll be able to watch the show, see the questions, and put in your answers. You just sign up with your team name and an email address, and you will be in the game. It is a completely free game to participate in. We do appreciate donations. We'll get into that a little later. But once you've gone to this website, put your email address in, pick a good name. Please pick a good team name. It's very important. You will be playing with our special guests tonight. We've got 2 guests, as per usual. I'm very excited. They've both been on the show before, and I'm very excited to have them back. He is the co-host of Honey Baby Sweetie Love, a parody of dating podcasts. She is the co-host of the Witchcast podcast, and she's the amateur home cook on the Epicurious YouTube channel. And she's also creating original content on her own YouTube channel and calling the show No Expert. She also, most importantly, to me at least, co-created Me and My Birdie and Pluto is Missing, the two smash hit musicals. Please welcome back to the movie quiz, Colby Smith and Emily Duncan. Hello. Yeah, victorious hand pumps all around. So wonderful to have you guys back. It's so nice to see you. Yeah, I see a question in the chat. That's where you play. That website right down there, tmq.thetrivialist.com. That's your one-stop shopping for all your movie quiz needs. So welcome back, guys. While people are signing up and getting themselves situated, I wanted to talk. You guys both sent me some very interesting viewing habits that you when I asked you about what you've been into. Colby, you said you watched The Hustler and Croupier, the Clive Owen movie, and also made your first post-vaccine visit to Film Forum for in-person movies for 8.5. And I'm curious, what was it about? What was it 8.5 specifically that got you out to the theater, or was it just the idea of getting to a movie?
Well, at first I should clarify and say the actual first movie I saw back in the theater was Disney's Cruella, and I saw it while I was visiting my mom in Maryland for Memorial Day, and me and Hallie were the only people in the theater. So counting that as the first time back, because my first time back in New York was to Film Forum to see 8.5, and I was like looking to go back for a while, and like I had been a member there prior to the pandemic, so I was like looking for my way back in, and that was like the first thing that they were doing that I was like, that would be fun. So
right, so you're just waiting for the right, you're like scanning. That's kind of what I'm doing. Like, I don't want to just, because I'm not like fully comfortable going back yet, so I'm like, I need to make it count. I don't want to just like, I don't want to see, necessarily want to go like to like A Quiet Place 2 just to go, just to like, no offense to The Quiet Place 2, but it's like, it's not going to get me into the theater yet.
F you, A Quiet Place 2, you suck. I'm saving it up for Fast 9. I got to get out there and, I haven't been back to the theater, but I've got to go see Fast and the Furious 9 in theater.
I got to catch up though. I've seen pieces. I know it's irrelevant to
you really does not have to catch up per se, but you sure can.
I want to. It's the way my brain works. I've gone 4 deep now. I've gone through just finished Tokyo Drift and Fast and Furious. And it's
I don't
kind
understand how you could have watched the first 4 and not have already watched the rest immediately. Because it's a perfect film series.
There's only 24 hours in a day. I'm only limited. I am limited by the constraints of time and space. But
I hear what you're saying. You started yesterday. I got it.
But Emily, that ties in sort of to what one of the things you said, because what struck me watching, I've seen the ones I've watched, I've seen before, but not in a long time. So it's more like just refreshing my memory, my fast memory. I was struck by how Fast and the Furious, the first one, is just Point Break. It is literally just Point Break. And you said you've been watching like a lot of like kind of
Point Break is one I'd never seen Point Break. I watched it during the pandemic. It was when we were sort of like home and like looking for something to do. We started out with Roadhouse. We were like, well, we got to watch Roadhouse.
Oh wow!
And then that kind of set us off on a kick of like 80s and 90s action movies. So we watched Point Break. We watched Escape from LA and Escape from New York.
Ooh, what do you think of Escape from LA? What were your thoughts on Escape from LA? What were your thoughts on Escape from LA? Because that's a
film.
It's tricky. It's a divisive film because I love Escape from New York, and I remember I saw Escape from LA when I was like a teenager. I saw it in the theaters, and I was like, "This is awesome." And then I saw it again. I was when I was older. I was like, "No, it's
wildly different movies. Escape from New York is much more serious. Escape from LA is a comedy. I actually recommend watching them backwards because if you just see Escape, that must be what this series is like, and I'm having a great time. Because he chases, I mean, middle of the movie, spoiler alert, but he chases Steve Buscemi on a surfboard by riding a tsunami that just happens to be going along the road next to where Steve Buscemi is driving.
Down like, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing schlock on it. It's like an experiment, like because it's the same plot. It's the exact same plot. They even turn Los Angeles into an island for the plot function.
Yeah, they break it off, and they're like, "Now you're an island. Good.
Now you're an island now, so that we can really just remake this movie." But yeah, as like the dumbest movie possible. Maybe that I should do a category that's all like sequel remakes, just like movie Evil Dead 2, movies that are just kind of they just like let's do this again. Yeah, like we got a little more money. Let's make it sillier. All right, all right, my friends. So I think it's just about time to get the game underway. Are you guys ready?
Ready.
All right. So I am going to put this into in-game mode. There it goes. We are in game now. Everyone should be seeing the do it. I've done it. Ryan. I've done it. And happy birthday, Ryan. As usual, it's your birthday.
Happy birthday, Ryan.
All right. So we are going to get the game underway with our first round. So this week, this is going to be a celebration round, but inspired by something sad. A massive film director died the other day, Richard Donner. So our first round of the night is going to be dedicated to Richard Donner movies. In honor of Donner is our first round. R.I.P. Richard Donner. So everybody you'll see a spot now you'll get your answers and the timer. A spot to put your answers. You'll see the question and the timer. Let me take Richard Donner out of here. And yeah, feel free. You can sign up for the game at any point if you're watching along. All right, let's jump in with question number 1. Here we go. This is a multiple choice to start the game off. Donner got his start directing a ton of television in the 60s and 70s. His first breakout feature film was what 1976 supernatural thriller? Was it The Omen, The Amityville Horror, The Exorcist, or Phantasm? Which of those? Donner directed a couple of smaller movies before this, but this was his first big hit that kind of launched his film career.
Colby, do you know?
I submitted an answer.
Great. Perfect. That's all I was looking for. Colby and I
I should say Colby and Emily are joining forces tonight. They're not.
We have teamed up.
They took the high road.
Chris has devised a system in which it is impossible for Emily and I to really confer about an answer, and I'm the only one with power to submit the answer. So it's going to be a lot of Kolb's answers. So depending on how well or poorly we do, it will be because of me.
I'll take more or less credit depending on how well we do.
The fate of the team rests on Colby. Colby, what? Just out of the all-powerful Colby, what did you put? Just out of curiosity.
I put the Amityville Horror.
You are 0 for 1, my friend. I'm sorry. It is actually The Omen. The Omen is the answer. He directed The Omen. All right. It's okay. You can only go up from here. You can only go up. Don't worry about it. All right. Question number 2. This superhero sequel got a Richard Donner cut on DVD in 2006, restoring the director's original vision after he was let go during production 26 years earlier. So Donner was fired from this movie under kind of dubious circumstances, but he had already shot a bunch of it, and they made a Richard Donner cut.
Thank you. Must
Colby, okay?
Man, that's good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm struggling with I'm allergic to superhero movie questions. No, I'm kidding. I love it.
That's okay. That's fair. I can see why people would be allergic to superhero questions. Enough already.
I don't think that. Don't turn on me, chat.
So the answer to this, he had shot the first movie of this and started the second one actually in production along with the first one. It's Superman 2. Superman 2. 91% of teams got it right. Nicely done. Good job. All right, question number 3. Back to multiple choice. In Donner's classic family film, The Goonies, a group of kids try to save their homes from developers by finding the treasure of what pirate? What's the name of the pirate? Is it Dread Pirate Roberts, Blackbeard, Captain Barbossa, or One-Eyed Willie?
Well, you best start believing in classic family films, Miss Turner.
Colby and I just messaged each other that neither of us have seen this movie, so if we get it right, it's a miracle. It's just a coincidence.
Well, I mean, based on Colby's quote there, I think you can eliminate one of these if you knew the character you were quoting. So the pirate, he's got an eye patch on his skull. They find all of his bones down in this cave. It's One-Eyed Willie. One-Eyed Willie is your 91% of teams got it right. Good job. And don't forget to hit submit. Don't forget to hit submit on your answers. Even for multiple choice, hit submit, and you'll see underneath that your answer has been accepted. Okay, question number 4. Donner was behind the camera for every big screen installment of Lethal Weapon. How many were there? How many Lethal Weapons were released in theaters? Is it 3, 4, 5, or 6? And don't forget to hit submit. Reminder to hit submit.
I'm surprised we haven't gotten a new Lethal Weapon within the last couple years.
Well, they did the TV show. I think they
true.
They spent all that capital on the IP capital on that TV show with Damon Wayans and a weird guy who got fired because he was there's something about that role, man.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it sounds like he was a real Mel Gibson type.
Right? There's something about the Riggs, right? Riggs is it just attracts fucking weird guys. Just problematic guys. All right, so Donner directed all of the movies in the Lethal Weapon series, and there were 4. There were 4 Lethal Weapon movies. Nicely done. I see the thumbs up from Colby.
Yeah.
All right, number 5. Richard Donner worked with Bill Murray one time in a 1988 Christmas comedy adaptation of what author's work? So I'm looking for the author that was the basis of the Christmas comedy that had Bill Murray and Richard Donner working together. Not the name of the movie, but the name of the author. Whose work it's based on.
Almost there. Can he type in this
And
time? Okay.
Do it.
and you hit submit. You hit submit.
Submit.
Colby? All
I
right,
hit submit.
terrific.
There's two things to do. Type in, hit submit.
Type in, hit submit, and hopefully you typed and hit submit for Charles Dickens. The movie was Scrooged, based on A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. 91%. Nicely done. Everybody's really done a great job so far tonight. Question number 6. In the early 90s, he returned to his TV roots when he directed 3 episodes of what horror anthology? In the early 90s, he returned to his TV roots when he directed 3 episodes of what horror anthology show?
Horror anthology. I guess these have been around for longer than I realized. See, I just think Ryan Murphy invented of a lot of things, and maybe I give him too much credit.
I guess like American Horror Story, like this show was episodically an anthology, and so was the Twilight Zone. Ryan Murphy's whole deal is like season long anthology, like the
mini
show.
Series. Yeah.
So this episode that was based on an EC comic series from the 40s and 50s was Tales from the Crypt. Tales from the Crypt is your answer. There was a Tales from the Crypt movie in the 70s as well. All right, question number 7. Donner's 1994 Stallone Banderas showdown. Emily, hopefully your 90s action cramming will come in handy here. Donner's 1994 Stallone Banderas showdown Assassins was the first writing credit for what familial, excuse me, that's a typo. What familial filmmaking team? Last name is fine. Last name only is fine for this one.
The great filmmaking teams include the let's see, Paul Thomas Anderson and
Saul Thomas Anderson.
Saul Thomas Anderson. McCartney and Lennon, of course.
So they were cousins. So there's some good guesses here. A lot of teams thought the Coen brothers. A couple teams thought the Russo brothers, but you needed to think of like more blockbustery, and hopefully came up with Lana and Lily Wachowski. It's the Wachowskis.
Wow, that's their first.
They wrote a draft of this and got a story by credit, and it's their first credited movie. And your final question of our tribute to Richard Donner. Richard Donner's final film was 16 Blocks, an action thriller starring Bruce Willis and what rapper actor? Is it LL Cool J, Mos Def, Andre 3000, or Ice Cube? This movie came out.
Oh, I don't know.
Movie came out in like 2006. And I remember
I can see the poster.
Yeah, it's like a very tired Bruce Willis. Like, I think it might be like, it feels like Bruce Willis is like tired through this whole movie, and I feel like that just bled through into like his approach to acting from then on, because he's just like a grump in like everything he's in now. Putting in
this was the turning points, like kind of like how Scarface was Al Pacino's turning point into like the hoo-ah type of thing.
It's the point of return for Bruce Willis, except it just gave him license to be sleepy and mad. All right, so starring opposite sleepy mad Bruce Willis in Richard Donner's final film was Mos Def. Mos Def, 64% of teams got that right. Yeah, this was in like 2006, in an era where like Mos Def was in like everything. He was in this, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, The Italian Job, I want to say.
Right.
All right. So that is the end of round 1. So let's take a look at your scores and standings after one round. We've got let's start with the 6s. We got Looney Tunes and the Producers with 6 points apiece, and tied. We got a 4-way tie for first place with 7 points apiece between Good God Lemon, Sterling Cooper, Roland Deli Betts, Marley's Chains, and the Ringwoodians. My goodness. But there's plenty of time. There's only like 4 points that separate everyone in the whole game. So there's bonus points coming, lightning rounds, all kinds of stuff coming. But first, we're going to get to our second round of the game. So in this past week since last week's show, were two major national holidays. There was Canada Day on July 1st and Independence Day here in America on the 4th. Also, our guests are American and Canadian, respectively. So I am going to ask you, your picture round tonight is American, Canadian, or neither. So I'm going to show you a character, and I need you to tell me if the character, not the actor, but the character is from America, Canada, or none of the above. All right, here we go. Round number 2, question number 1. Here we go. Is this character American, Canadian, or neither? Remember, I'm looking for the character, not the actor.
Yeah. Proud nationality associated with this character. A real just chest-beating resident of a country.
I feel like it does come up a lot.
I guess that's true. Now that you are kind of highlighting this for me, Chris, I'm just thinking back to times when this is mentioned in movies.
So the character obviously is Wolverine, Logan, who in, I think, X-Men Origins Wolverine, you see him in Canada. He is a Canadian. Wolverine is a Canadian. All right.
Stands out for me as a Canadian. Anytime someone's Canadian, Canadians are like, bleh, bleh.
I was going to say, do they talk? Is that like discussed a lot up north, Emily? Like, Wolverine's from Canada.
Well, maybe not Wolverine specifically, but like, it's definitely like if someone says they're Canadian, it's like my friends call it Canadar.
Yeah.
They're like, Canadian.
I get the same thing from like in New Jersey. It's kind of the same thing. It's like, that guy's from New Jersey. So it's a regional pride for sure. Number 2, is this character American, Canadian, or neither? Tell me the character.
Man, really this is proving to be difficult for me. Emily, what were your July 1st plans?
Actually, so Canada Day was sort of like canceled this year a little bit because of some dark shit that maybe isn't good for, this is fun trivia night, but support Indigenous rights. I have a bunch of links on my YouTube channel if you want to
okay, anyway. This one I thought might be a curveball because Harold Ramis is Canadian, but the character Egon is American. Egon is American. Yes, I cannot avoid. There's always something cancelable is always going to happen on the show. A cancelable offense will always arise, no matter what. All right, question number 3. Is this character American, Canadian, or neither?
It's a nice looking jacket either way. I feel like
it's a great jacket. Great jacket.
Feel like really just good outfit. The denim shirt, I feel like, is going to come back like tomorrow.
It's on its way. It's on its way, baby.
I feel like denim jacket's already a cool thing you can wear around town. Denim shirt is coming.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, wait, Emily, will I get canceled if I say what a denim shirt and denim jacket and jeans is? Is that cancelable? Because that's a Canadian tuxedo.
That is correct. Yeah, that is 100%.
I don't know if I'll get canceled. All right, so that is Gordon Bombay. He is a hockey player. Hockey is the national sport of Canada, but he's from just south of Canada in Minnesota. He is an American. Coach Bombay from the Mighty Ducks series. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got...
That one stands out to me. Wait, I'm going to talk. Because as a Canadian, that hockey movie is like very confusing because there's no Canadians. So how is this happening? Like,
yeah, that's like, yeah, it's unnatural, right? It's that can't be. They need more Canadian.
The Americans are the good guys.
Do they play the Canadians at all when they do? Because they go to like the World Games or something in one of them. I can't remember. I haven't seen either of them. Or there's 3 of them. I never saw it.
Eat like immediately, which is highly unrealistic.
Yeah, that's offensive. That's offensive. Cancel the Mighty Ducks for their Canadian slander. All right, number 4, character 4. Is this character American, Canadian, or neither?
I tell you what, that's a nice looking hat either way.
Yeah. Emily, is it offensive?
Outfit is on point. I'll tell you what.
Emily, is it offensive if I say what wearing a little baby outfit is calling?
Depends on what you think that is, but let's find out. Sure. Yeah. No.
All right. So this one is this one's sort of the reverse of the Harold Ramis one, because this is a Canadian actor, Seth Rogen, who's playing a Canadian. This is from Knocked Up, and they say in the movie they make mention of the fact that the character came from Canada. All right, number 5. Is this character American, Canadian, or neither?
I should have saved my good hat zinger for this one. I mean, look at this man.
That's a wonder. It's a great hat.
Now that hat. Baby's got nothing on that hat.
This hat, I will say, I don't think is coming back. I feel like, people in Williamsburg try to bring it back and it really works. And
yeah, it had a failed attempt at a resurrection.
I feel like this problem is that it never gets a complete rest. If people really left it alone for like 5 years, it could come back.
That's a good point. Truly let it. It's just
that
limping
is very
along.
Smart.
Yeah, the wound can never heal if you keep picking at it.
That's right.
Putting that fedora back on. So this character, everybody who submitted got it right. Nicely done. This is Renee Belloc from Raiders of the Lost Ark. He is French. He is neither. He's not French Canadian. He's French. All right. Question number 6. Character number 6.
Man. My roommates used to host a podcast about the Twilight movies. I really wish they were here right now.
To make sure that I got this answer right, presented it correctly, I now know way too much about Edward Cullen.
Oh, no.
I know too much about him. For example, I know that he lives in Washington State, up near the Canadian border, but he's not from Canada. He's from Chicago. He was born in Chicago. What? This character, yeah, he's from Chicago.
I thought he was like an ancient vampire born in another land.
No, he's born in America. This guy. I know.
Did you know that?
Neither.
We got this wrong.
Pretty even split here amongst the teams. 36, 27, 36. Yeah, that Edward Cullen. He's an American vampire boy. All right.
Right.
Question
You in the chat. Vampires aren't American. That's right.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh, and don't remember, if you're having a leg problem, hit the little round thingy that says video leg. Click here.
Oh yeah, thank you, Emily. Yeah,
no problem.
If you just thank you for keeping an eye on the chat for me, Emily. Yeah, if it's feeling slow, hit the little refresh circular arrows there. All right, character number 7, American, Canadian, or neither. This one I posted in my Instagram hints today. So you can follow me on Instagram. I always post hints day of show.
Pretty strong cuff game this guy's rocking here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Colby, Colby, think about what your ultimate outfit of these various disparate characters would be. Would it be the cuffs? This is my favorite Toy Story? No. 3. I know that was a burn, but I just want to clarify that that's not true. So this is from Toy Story 4. This is Duke Kaboom, who is, if you saw the hint on Instagram, you saw that he's got his stunt bike has a big maple leaf on it. Even though he's a toy, he is canonically Canadian. He is a canonically French Canadian toy.
Whoa.
All right. Question number 8. Your final character. Are they American, Canadian, or neither?
Wow. Man, I got nothing to say about fashion here. This is gone.
Yeah, burn it down. Actually, I think that this shirt's going to come back around. Unfortunately, I think we're there.
Yeah, that's true. It's probably already there.
Colb, did you?
The shirt's definitely.
Did we get Duke?
We did not get Duke.
But I told you he was Canadian in the chat.
Oh, I thought that was an older message.
Oh, very disappointing.
Oh, no.
Did you just not listen to me because you thought I was wrong?
You know, I think no, I genuinely thought it was an older message, and I think what's happening here is that we decided to play together because we were afraid of fighting, and what is actually happening is that playing together is going to drive a wedge between us.
Causing the fight.
So it's the members of our friendship in front of a crowd of roughly 19 people.
Best laid plans. So this is Scott Pilgrim from Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and he is from, I believe, Toronto. He is Canadian.
Oh,
this character,
you're right? He is Canadian. I wrote American.
He is Canadian. Ooh, kind of a stumper there. Kind of a tough one. 27% of teams knew that Scott Pilgrim is Canadian. All right, so let's take a look at your standings after 2 rounds. That one was a little tougher than I anticipated. But still, everyone's in the race here. We've got a lot of teams. Let's start with the 11s because there's a lot of 10s. So many 10s. We've got the Turk Good God Lemon, each with 11 points. And leading the way, taking sole possession of first place with 13 points is Sterling Cooper Roland Deli Bets. So nicely done. Now's the time in the show where I give the floor to the guests to talk about plugs, anything you've got coming up. So let's start with Colby. Colby.
Wow. Well, folks, here I am, a humble comedian on Zoom, and that is exactly the format in which I co-host a podcast every week with my friend, the comedian Amir Khan. It's called Honey Baby Sweetie Love. It's a parody of dating podcasts where we interview comedians about their love lives, but everything they talk about is a hilarious bit, and it is available wherever you get your podcasts.
All right. Excellent. So everybody check out Honey Baby Sweetie Love. And Emily.
Thanks so much for asking, Chris.
My pleasure.
I'd like to go ahead and also plug Honey Baby Sweetie Love on behalf of Colby. It's a great podcast. You should absolutely check it out. And if you're also looking for something else to watch, you could come to my YouTube channel. Which is it's just Emily Duncan. If you go searching for me, I call it No Expert, but really it's just my name. I do cooking, I do some comedy, I just do some random stuff. Basically, it's fun. It doesn't sound fun when I describe it that way, but I promise it's fun. Step on back.
Yeah, I've watched your videos, Emily. It is fun. It's really fun, and but mostly Honey Baby Sweetie Love. You wanna promote. On behalf of Colby.
Mostly Honey Baby Sweetie Love. I feel bad for how mad I was at Colby for not getting Duke Kaboom and being Canadian. So I'd like to just take this opportunity to
make it up to him with plugs. All right, so that's going to take us to we've got some good scores shaping up. Let's see if we can get you some real quick bonus points It's time for the lightning round. It's time for the lightning round question. It's one question that has 4 answers, 1 point apiece for every question that you get right. And let's jump into it. So, like we were saying, this past week was Independence Day weekend, and the former. So we're going to talk about Will Smith. Will Smith is going to be the subject of this question. All right, here we go. Around the turn of the millennium, Will Smith was crowned King of 4th of July thanks to what 4 blockbuster films released around the holiday weekend between 1996 and 2002? All right. What are the 4 films? They do not have to be in order of release. I see we've lost Colby. So
wait, okay, I'm logging in. I'm joining the game.
Oh, okay. I'll give it a second. I'll give it a second for him to get back. Oh, here he is. Here he is. Hey, Colby. We lost you there.
Hey.
All right.
I know.
So
it was right as he was mad at me.
So, Colby, I'll ask the question one more time. This is a lightning round question. Around the turn of the millennium, Will Smith was crowned King of 4th of July thanks to what 4 blockbuster films released around the holiday weekend between 1996 and 2002? What are those 4 films? 1 point for each one.
Do you have them, Cole? I created a draft checklist too, just in
some
case.
of them.
But I'd rather not have to use it.
All right. Man. So time is up. Let's reveal your answers. Those 4 Will Smith movies. They were Independence Day, of course. It kicked off the whole thing. Men in Black 1, Wild Wild West, and Men in Black 2. The first 2 Men in Black movies were both July 4th releases. So nicely done. I am not going to do score updates after this one, but hopefully you got yourself some points out of that. Let's move on to your third round. It's going to be your puzzle round. Third round is your puzzle round. So based off of all of Emily's food work, all of her cooking work through Epicurious and through her YouTube channel, I was inspired to give you a puzzle round called Film Recipes. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to name the movie. All 8 answers are going to be the name of a movie based on a description of the food dish in its title, and there will also be hints to the food, to what the not to the food. There'll be hints about like the preparation of the food that's in the title, and also about what the movie's kind of about or who's in it, peppered, if you will, in there. Recipes. That's why I get paid in donations. All right. All right. So all 8 answers will be the name of a film. All right, here we go. In theory, here we go. Now, here we go. Got it. All right. Question number 1. Flatten dough and shape into a circle. Spread tomato sauce, mozzarella, and top with a young Julia Roberts. Flatten dough and shape into a circle. Spread tomato sauce, mozzarella, and top with a young Julia Roberts. Name the film. Name the film, not just the food. Food's in the title.
Speaking of tomato sauce, I recently read this book about the making of Goodfellas that included Henry Hill's personal tomato.
About Henry Hill from Goodfellas?
Huh?
Oh no, it was you were freezing up a little there, Cole.
But we got his tomato sauce, right?
Yeah.
His first tomato sauce recipe.
Son of a gun.
I want to answer birthday boy Ryan's question in the chat. Wild Wild West was a legit blockbuster. It was critically panned, and nobody on earth likes it. Nobody likes it. But it made $100 million. It did make $100 million just on the pure charisma of Will Smith alone. So
we're just riding that millennium
answer. Uh, Alex loves Wild Wild West. She's the only person. All right. So this one with dough, cheese, Henry Hill's pizza sauce, and Julia Roberts is Mystic Pizza. Mystic Pizza. Nicely done. 83% of teams got that right. Good job. All right. Question number 2. Top up crust with fruit or meat filling, and then add poorly aged late 90s teen comedy raunch. Lattice strips of dough across the top and bake at 350.
You got this one, Cole? You need me to type it in the thing, or you got it?
I got it.
Yeah.
It's one of the few things I've got. Sorry about this internet. Gee whiz. You can see why I'm moving out of this place.
The place is trying. The place knows.
Fuck it. Okay.
It's like, fine. You leave me. You leave me. I will ruin your evening. I will freeze you on StreamYard. All right. So the food in question here is pie. And also, I want to point out, if I'm giving a bad description of or an incomplete description of a recipe, just forget it. And the late 90s teen raunch is American Pie, which has not aged well. There's some very upsetting. A lot of the jokes in that movie are predicated on some very upsetting concepts. All right. Yes, American, Canadian, or neither pie. Yes. All right. Question number 3. Chop or crush chunks of fruit. Cook with sugar until the fruit reduces down and thickens to a spreadable consistency. Blend live action and animation. Seal in a jar. Colby has dropped out again. Poor Colby. Prayers to Colby.
Draft Check West 2 is still playing. I can't access our other one, but I can answer on this one. We're on the board, baby.
I'm back, baby.
Hey, that seems crystal clear, Colby. Looking good.
Let's hope it stays this way.
All right, my favorite incorrect guess here was Who Framed Roger Rabbit with jelly. But what I'm actually looking for here is Space Jam. Space Jam is your answer. 50% got that right. Good job. Question number 4. Shape beef or lamb into spheres and combine with egg and breadcrumbs before cooking. Season with the voices of Bill Hader and Anna Faris. Shape beef or lamb into spheres and combine with egg and breadcrumbs before cooking. Season with the voices of Bill Hader and Anna Faris. Space jelly. That's the new one with LeBron James, is space jelly. Just everyone is just wiggly.
That new one looks bananas, right?
It looks not great. Like I don't have like a nostalgic affection for Space Jam. I was never into it, but like this one just looks like a mess. There's like Matrix parodies. They're like,
yeah, I was rooting for them because I like LeBron and I like Space Jam and I like cartoons.
It's illogical. Also, I really take offense with the fact that they like 3D animation rendered the Looney Tunes, which is just like, leave them alone. They look look how they're supposed to look. They don't need to be updated. All right.
That tomato sauce.
They're perfect. Yeah. All right. So I'm describing a meatball in this, and the movie is Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. 75% of teams got it. Good job. All right. Question number 5. Put pork or chicken through a meat grinder. Stuff meat into a casing of R-rated animation. Put pork or chicken through a meat grinder, then stuff the meat into a casing of R-rated animation. Four teams have submitted correct answers. Thank you, Jim.
So bad not to be canceled. I was concerned.
Yeah, I'm on the precipice of being canceled every week. All right, so this one, hopefully you know I'm describing a sausage and the movie with a second appearance of Canada's own Seth Rogen tonight. Emily, I know you love your fellow Canadian. It's Sausage Party. A lot of teams were close. They knew sausage, but we're missing the second word. So it's party, Sausage Party.
Hi,
no,
Peter.
Colby. So you got your backup account, Emily? Because we love Colby again. All right.
Honestly, my backup's doing almost as well as our original.
I'll combine them. I'll do the math. Does it have the same name? I'll just combine them. All right. Form ground beef into patties. Cook in the high heat of a real Vietnam War battle. Form ground beef into patties. Cook in the high heat of a real Vietnam War battle. Hi, Colby. Can you hear us, Colby?
I can hear you now, yes.
All right, so this one I also posted this one on Instagram today. I'm describing a hamburger, and the movie is Hamburger Hill. Hamburger Hill is your answer, starring a very young Don Cheadle. I saw in my research. All right, question number, super young little Don Cheadle. All right, question number 7. Blend shelled legumes in a food processor until they become a smooth paste. Add salt and Shia LaBeouf. Whose name means beef, but there's no beef in this. There's no beef in the food I'm describing. Blend shelled legumes.
Do you remember when Shia LaBeouf rented out a movie theater in New York City and just watched all of his movies back to back?
Oh yeah,
that is incredible.
No, I didn't hear about that.
Was that like an art installation thing that he was doing? Was it like a piece, like a performance piece?
It was covered as performance art, but I don't know how true that is.
Or it was just a guy watching his own movies and hoping people show up.
Was the theater open to the public, or was it just him alone?
I think it was. I think you could come in and
it was open to the public, right? And people. Yeah.
All right, I can make an argument for that.
People were just sitting nearby,
just hanging out with them. All right, so this way, only one team got this right. This was probably the toughest one of the round. I'm talking about peanut butter is the food I'm describing. A lot of people knew that, but the movie is Peanut Butter Falcon. Peanut Butter Falcon, only 8%, just the one team. So good job to that one team. And your final puzzle, your final food recipe puzzle, in a large bowl, combine flour, baking powder, butter, and salt. Whisk in Toby Maguire riding a horse. Bake until golden brown and cut into pieces. In a large bowl, combine flour, baking powder, butter, and salt. Whisk in Toby Maguire riding a horse. Bake until golden brown and cut into pieces.
Okay. You ever ridden a horse, Chris?
I've ridden a horse. Yeah, I've ridden a horse as a child. I have not as an adult though. Have you, Colby? Is that?
I don't know why that was so funny. You ever ridden a horse?
I'd really like to.
Yeah, let's go together. Let's go together.
I'd really like to. There's a place out by Jacob Reese Beach apparently that just does horsey rides.
So this one, most teams got it right. This one, I remember, Toby Maguire got he tore his groin making this movie and almost had to drop out of Spider-Man 2 because of it. The movie is Seabiscuit. Seabiscuit is your answer. He was almost replaced by Jake Gyllenhaal. Almost took over as Spider-Man, who then went on to be Spider-Man villain Mysterio. So it all came back together. It's a like a tapestry woven together of like 5 actors. All right, so let's check out your scores and standings after the 3 rounds. We've got very, very close, tightening up at the top. We've got with 19 apiece, the Turds and the Producers, Good God Lemon with 20, also Marley's Chains with 20, and still in the lead by 5 points. It is Sterling Cooper, Roland Deli Betts. They've got 25. So that is the end of round 3. And if you watch the show, then you know what that means. This is a very special time in every episode of the movie quiz. It's, some might say, the best part of the show. It's certainly one of my favorites. So as I said up top, the movie quiz is a totally free donation-based game. You don't have to pay anything to play, but it does help us out. And so instead of me coming to you hat in hand asking for donations, every week I bring in some of the top names in film entertainment, and this week is no different. It's a big summer. Everybody's gotten their vaccine. We're re-entering the world. Maybe we're re-entering multiple worlds. Here to tell you more about some hot summer tips coming up, things you can do this summer from the movie Avatar. Jake Sully. Jake Sully is here.
Hey everybody, what's up? Chris, so good to be here.
Great to see you, Jake.
Hi everyone, Jake Sully here for Expedia.com, telling you about some amazing summer tips. Summer, with July 4th finishing last week, It's officially summer. So here are Jake Sully's personal tips on what to do for a last-minute summer gathering.
All right, let's hear it, Jake.
Tip number 1. Tip number 1, looking for a fun thing to do when the heat is getting high. Why don't you transplant your consciousness into an avatar and go to your nearest beach? That's right. The beach is an amazing way to cool down, have some fun. And
Jake, I just want to, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Jake, but transplanting the consciousness into an avatar, that might be a little bit out of everyone's budget this summer.
Right, no worry. I have another tip that I think more people will find accurate to their experience.
Let's do it.
Tip number 2. Now with museums opening up, it is a perfect time to get yourself dive into some amazing new cultures. Why don't you transplant your consciousness into an avatar's body and check out some amazing museums? Just Google museums in downtown Pandora, and you'll find a list of some amazing museums.
Right. Those sound. I love museums too. It's a wonderful thing, a way to beat the heat. But Jake, that also requires transplanting your consciousness.
Right. Well, it's the summer, Chris.
Right. But is there anything either on Pandora or Earth that you could do, like the more budget-minded folks in the audience?
I got you. Looking to save a buck but have a fun time? Why don't you transplant your consciousness into an avatar? That's it. Don't go to the museum. Just transplant your consciousness.
Just do it. Yeah. Why not? Why not just do it? Just throw your mind into an avatar. You're much taller.
You're taller. You
can jump.
You have sex with your hair.
Yeah, it's. I guess is it safe sex, Jake? To
looking to heat things up this summer in the bed. Why don't you transfer your consciousness into an avatar and use your hair to have sex? Plug your hair into another person's hair, and you can have sex. Maybe even come.
That's surely on everybody's summer checklist, Jake. So could you please, thank you for all those wonderful tips.
Sure.
If you may, I know that transferring your consciousness into an avatar is expensive, but if you got some money left over, maybe donate it to the movie quiz. Jake, can you tell them about that?
You got it. You know what's more fun than putting your consciousness into another species' body? Donating to the movie quiz. That's why Chris is doing this for free. That's right. So the least you could do is throw him some Pandora coins or money, depending on where you live. There's a Venmo account right there. They take credit cards. They take debit cards, and they take hair sex.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the hair sex exchange rate though it's a little
it's like
funky.
$17.
Yeah, there's a big surcharge for I get hit with a big surcharge if you use the hair sex rate. But please, if you pay in US dollars, Pandora coins, or hair sex, just a little bit per player per game goes a long way towards bringing you movie trivia every Wednesday night, and it's greatly appreciated. So also greatly appreciated your time and your expertise, Jake Sully. Thank you so much.
That's right. Fans, I'll see you at the downtown Pandora. We have the best ceviche. And yeah, if you like this, please tell my boss at Expedia.com that I did a good job.
All right. Well, thank you, Jake. I'll catch you in downtown Pandora at the ceviche joint.
Amazing.
Bye, buddy.
Bye.
All right. So thank you so much to Jake Sully. If you can donate, see you in 2029 for Avatar 2 if you ever get it done, Jake. So guys, I hope, I know when we come back from these segments, it can be a lot to take in, having been in the presence of, such a luminous star.
You ever throw your mind into another creature, Chris?
A horse. I did. That's why I haven't ridden the horse since I was a child, because I just jump right in.
After seeing that, I feel like maybe I should hide this Disney property from the background of this. I want this bridge getting taken down.
All right, so we've got one last round and a bonus question. There's still 22 points left on the table for everyone, because our next round is our double points round, and it is called Based on a True Story. Based on a True Story. So there's two answers here for 1 point each. I'm going to describe an actor playing somebody. You name the movie and you name the person, the real life person that it's about. You don't have to get both. You can get either one. If you just know one, you can get those points, but you can get upwards of 2 points for each question. So here we go into question number 1, based on a true story. Computer scientist and cryptographer played by Benedict Cumberbatch. Name the real life person and name the movie. Computer scientist and cryptographer played by Benedict Cumberbatch.
Boom.
Yes. Oh, wait. Emily, did you answer?
Colby, I guess I'm now playing against you.
Emily's got a burner.
It's probably better. It's probably better this way.
That way I'm not hovering over you. Like, did you use my answer, or did you go with a different answer?
Yeah, well, it'll be really good when Draft Check West 2 very quickly overtakes Draft Check West 1.
We're just going to end up tied. I feel like it's a race to the bottom for us, but we're doing our best.
Yeah, Chris asked us on here to juice everybody else's egos, right?
Yeah.
You guys are here for the morale of the rest of the teams. So this one is, this movie, he's playing famed Enigma code breaker Alan Turing, creator of the Turing test. And the movie was called The Imitation Game. Nice. 69% of teams knew the person, and 31% of teams remembered the Oscar Beatty film about him. All right, question number 2. NASA mathematician played by Taraji P. Henson. NASA mathematician played by Taraji P. Henson. What's the real person's name, and what's the name of the film?
You ever see Empire, Chris?
Empire? No, I have not seen Empire. I've got a growing checklist now. I've got to ride a horse. I've got to watch Empire.
You guys want to go on like a horse riding excursion? Just bonding activity.
Yeah, just with like
safe outdoor
with little little iPads with little iPads playing Empire.
Yeah. We'll watch it in like cab ride down. We'll just bring one iPad.
We'll just watch Empire on the way and then just gab about it while we're riding
on our horses.
Riding the horsies. A beautiful plan has come together. All right, so the movie is Hidden Figures. Most teams remembered Hidden Figures, but the woman, the mathematician, played by Taraji P. Henson, her name is Katherine Johnson. Katherine Johnson. All right, question number 3. Wrongfully convicted boxer, played by Denzel Washington. Wrongfully convicted boxer, played by Denzel Washington. And I need his I need at least his last name. If you want to use his if you for the person one, you can use his nickname but with the last name. But I can't take last name. I can't take nickname only.
I did a bad job guessing, and I'm sorry in advance.
All right. So the reason I specified that is because his nickname is the name of the movie. His name was Reuben the Hurricane Carter, and he was the subject of The Hurricane. Hurricane was the movie starring Denzel Washington. All right. Question number 4. Married pair of paranormal investigators played by Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson. Just give me their last name. Just give me their last name and the series of films.
The Departed. Great movie.
Yeah, this is The Departed.
I watched Kung Fu Hustle last night. Have you guys heard of those? It's like a Hong Kong kung fu movie, like comedy. It was bananas.
Kung Fu Hustle? Did you say
Yeah.
Kung Fu Hustle? Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I've seen parts of it. I've never seen the whole thing, but I know people swear by it.
Yeah, it was really fun. Yeah.
Oh, so this one, a fair amount of teams got the name of the films. There's 3 of them now, but forgot the name of these. They were really actually hucksters that they made these movies as if their case files were real things that happens. Ed and Elaine Warren was their last name. They were actually the ones who investigated.
And it was something that was just like a last name, you know?
Yeah, they were actually the ones who investigated the house in Amityville in real life.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 5. Unscrupulous law-breaking stockbroker played by Leonardo DiCaprio. Unscrupulous law-breaking stockbroker played by Leo DiCaprio. Feel like the movie is pretty obvious.
I don't know his name. Do I? No.
Next question. Does Emily know his name?
No.
The movie is Wolf of Wall Street. I feel like most teams got that right. And the person at the center of it, real life person, his name is Jordan Belfort.
Yeah.
Jordan Belfort is his name.
My very
All right.
smart and good at trivia husband arrived home while we were doing this and is in the corner and remembered as I hit after I hit.
Oh no! Where were you before, Dan? All right, question number. No, he's right there.
Literally right there.
Secret. He's just like it just comes out in like a ghillie suit, just like part of the wall.
Yeah.
Hello, movie audience. All right.
Working.
Primatologist studying apes in the mountains of Rwanda, played by Sigourney Weaver. Primatologist studying apes in the mountains of Rwanda, played by Sigourney Weaver.
Man, I had to watch this movie in AP Environmental Science class, and
Okay, Captain Fancy, who had AP Bible.
and I got a 2 on the exam and did not get the college credit.
Colby, you ever study a pack of primates in the mountains of Rwanda?
No, I haven't, but I would like to. We should add it to our list.
Yeah, throw it on the list.
Take a horse too.
Yes, take a horse to
Yeah.
the Rwandan mountains. A beautiful
Well,
elegant solution. All right, so the movie is called Gorillas in the Mist, and the real person, it's not Jane Goodall, it's Diane Fossey. Diane Fossey is the scientist. All right, question number 7. Comedian turned blaxploitation filmmaker played by Eddie Murphy. Comedian turned blaxploitation filmmaker played by Eddie Murphy.
I remember this movie coming out, but I don't remember what it was called.
Pretty recent movie. And Ryan says it's where his first Oscar should have come from. Yeah, he was great in it.
Yeah. Dreamgirls.
All right.
I would have accepted a Dreamgirls Oscar for Eddie Murphy.
Yeah,
as well.
Dreamgirls Oscar. I think he would have. He was very mad. I remember Eddie Murphy being like visibly mad that he didn't win. All right, so the movie is called Dolomite. It's about the making of Dolomite, but this movie is Dolomite Is My Name, and the subject of it is Rudy Ray Moore. Rudy Ray Moore, and I can't say it without thinking Rudy Ray Moore and Flanagan, the furniture store.
That's actually where Ray Moore and Flanagan came from.
Really, it was Rudy Ray Moore. He was
Rudy Ray Moore and Jim Flanagan
turned furniture salesman. All right, and question number 8, your final regular question of the game: activist and Black Panther leader played by Daniel Kaluuya. This one's probably, I think this is the most recent movie on the list.
Don't panic, Emily. You can remember this.
Also,
did you watch this? Did you watch this, Emily?
No, I didn't. I'm just going to talk to you guys. I'm not here to be good at trivia. I'm here to be fun.
Also, I know there's a lot of teams. There's a lot of viewers here waiting for Meredith and Peter's game to start. You can head over to quiz.nyctrivialeague.com for your digital answer sheet. Game will start as soon as the movie quiz is over. This is the very end here of this week's movie quiz. And also, please come back and play next week if you got an extra hour. Come and play. All right, and so activist and Black Panther. Let me just make sure that everybody got their points. Who needs it? Correct. Okay, so there actually were 2 Oscar Best Picture nominees that featured this real life person, Fred Hampton. Fred Hampton is that answer, but the played by Daniel Kaluuya was Judas and the Black Messiah. Judas and the Black Messiah is the one we're looking for. He was Fred Hampton was featured in Trial of the Chicago 7 as well. All right, so we've got one last bonus question. Let's take a look at your scores. Heading into that, we've got with 27 points, the producers in third, the turds ahead of them with 29 in second, and with a commanding lead in first place with 36 points is Sterling Cooper, Roland Deli Betts. Nicely done. So that's going to bring us to our final question of the night. It's worth upwards of 6 points. It's your post-credits bonus question. So I'm going to ask you a question that's got 2 correct answers, but I'm also going to post a third fake-out answer. Each correct answer is worth 3 points. But if you pick the incorrect answer, you'll get 0 points. So the correct one you picked will get wiped out. So if you know both or you want to guess, you get both correct, you get 6 points. If you know one and you don't want to risk losing the points for it, just pick the one and hit submit. You do not have to pick 2. You can just stick with 1 and get your 3 points. But if you pick the decoy, it's 0 points, but you can't lose any points. So there's no harm in guessing for at least one of them. All right. So normally I combine a couple categories for this question. This one's just kind of piggybacking off the last round about biopic subjects. So let's jump right into it. What 2 celebrities starred as themselves? We talked about actors playing real people. What 2 celebrities starred as themselves in their own biopics? It wasn't just a cameo. They were in the full feature-length movie about themselves. Were the 2 people, their options are Jackie Robinson, Charlie Chaplin, and Howard Stern. Who are the 2 that played themselves in a feature-length movie? They were the star of the movie. 20 seconds. Good luck, everybody.
Not to bring it back to this Goodfellas book I just read, but the guy who arrested Henry Hill IRL does play himself in Goodfellas.
Oh, does he really? We actually had a round a week or 2 ago about people, but it was more like cameos of actors playing, like actors or rock stars playing themselves. But this one is real people playing themselves. All right, so your answers. There was a Charlie Chaplin biopic, but it was by Robert Downey Jr. and there was a Jackie Robinson biopic recently with Chadwick Boseman. But if you go back far enough, Jackie Robinson played himself in the Jackie Robinson story. And Howard Stern, 85% of people remembered that Howard played himself in Private Parts. So that was kind of the gimme, but nicely done. 54% of teams knew Jackie Robinson. So let's take a look at your winners, your leaders and winners tonight. We've got Looney Tunes jumping up into the third place spot, just edging out Good God Lemon. They had 30. Looney Tunes had 31. The producers took second place with 33. And your winners, they led from round 2 on, commanding victory. Sterling Cooper, Roland Deli Betts. Nicely done. Good game to everybody. Thank you so much for playing. Colby and Emily, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
It's so fun.
Great. Please come back anytime. Everybody else, if you're here for NYC Trivia League, head to quiz.nyctrivialeague.com to play the game. Everybody else, come on back next week for a whole new movie quiz, 7 o'clock Wednesday nights. Be safe. Watch some movies, and I will see you back here next Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. McClunky.